All right, so going back to our original topic, subject for today, 3 to 20 million people could die globally. That's in Asia, Africa, South America, America, Eastern Asia, Europe, you name it. 3 to 20 million people could die. And my information scale points that to be an absolute fact. And I think a lot of other people know that as well, but they're not going to tell you that. Primarily, how I want to focus on locally, parochially, right here in Harlem. I got a report the other day from Sabbath saying that 600 people have died in Harlem. That's the ones that have been counted as have died in Harlem. But I'm sure the number is a lot larger. And probably of the 600 people that have died in Harlem, at least 50 of those people were probably wealthy JFIF people, gentrifiers. At least 50. The other 550 were probably, poor people or slow people or whatever. And it could have been the wealthy gentrifiers, condo owners and brownstone owners. It could be higher. It could be 100 people that have died. That means that the ownership of 50 to 100 of the brownstones here in the community and businesses here in the community of Harlem are now vacant of an owner. Now, of course, the property was probably transferred to a loved one in an inheritance kind of a thing. We understand that. But the principle has been changed drastically, and people are still dying. And that's with a count at the time, I think, of only 70,000 people have died globally. Now it's going up to 20,000 people. And by the time we get to what Dr. Fauci and others are saying, since so many people hate Fauci, that by August the 4th, we'll be up to 147,000. You'll have to then begin to realize that maybe 600 to 2,400 people in Harlem would have died by August. And of those 2,400 people that will die by August, you could anywhere from 400 to 600 of those persons will be either homeowners or condo owners or business owners of the wealthy Wall Street lawyer, professional degree type that made their home as a gentrifier here in Harlem, but they've died. Now the property will be transferred probably to someone else, but many of them don't have anybody to transfer properties to, so those properties will then go on the open market for sale. I have been talking to you about the Joseph Zaphnath Pioneer Storehouse Fund, and someone gave some money. You don't have to give any money. I think it was a virtuous evangelist Maya. You don't have to. You can give to the fund for the purpose of preparing us for the onslaught of famines and other things that are going to come. But in terms of the investment event, the funds are not required at this present time. What I want to say to you a year from today, the next Memorial Day in the year 2021, we could have as many as 7,000 to 10,000 homes or brownstones or condos laid waste and vacant by coronavirus deaths in 1 year. 10,000 by this time next year. Now, not only we have the 10,000 homes, those 10,000 people will no longer be contributing to the basic economy of Harlem. Now, God has changed the name of Harlem to ATLAH, mainly its restaurant industry, and also the taxes and other kinds of things that are paid as a result of people living here in the community. And when you got 10,000 people or you got several thousand people, I should say, and if it goes up into the millions, certainly you're going to have 10,000 people die here in Harlem. And as a result of that, that's going to shrink the JFIF well-to-do, if you will, gentrifier, LGBTQ mafia. Their community, if it shrinks by as much as 500, that's significant for Harlem. But if it shrinks by as much as 3,000, that is utter significant. And if it shrinks by as much as 10,000, the entire gentrification collapse and the entire movement will collapse and fall flat on its face. And Harlem will then become another ghost town. Only this time, the houses will be rehabilitated. Years ago, you could buy one of these brownstones right here. They weren't as nice looking as they are now, but they had the potential for $1. You go down to Ed Koch, down to City Hall, put down $1 to the Land Preservation Development Corporation, give them $1, they'll give you a deed to this brownstone. Just take it off their hands. Plus, the Dime Bank and other savings banks in New York would give you money to rehabilitate it if you bought a 2-3 family home, that you would use a part of it for yourself and then rent it out so it could stop some of the homelessness that was jumping off the charts here in New York City. You could buy these homes for $1 30 years ago, 35 years ago. Now it'll cost you $10 million. I'm saying this is going to happen again when the gentrifier community fully collapses, and it's going to collapse. When it collapses with thousands, if 1,000 gentrifiers die in Harlem, that community will be less 1,000 people of its constituency. That will cause the community to collapse, and these houses will then become available. The Joseph Zaff Pioneer Investment Fund, not Storehouse Fund, but the investment fund is saying, let's get ready to buy these houses at the latter end of 21 and the beginning of 2022. Even with the tribulation going forward. Let's get ready to buy it. Let's get prepared financially to be able to own these houses when they are vacated by the gentrification community, because people are going to die. There are a whole lot of people who are now homeowners as a result of the people that were close to them died and left them the inheritance of their houses or properties here in New York City and across the globe. So there are several things that I think that we need to get, that I want to do, and I'll see how people respond. The Joseph Zaff $100 million investment fund is not for you to give any money right now, not now. What we need to start doing is what I'm going to call drain and train. Now listen to me very carefully. In order, these homes that the gentrifiers, the LGBTQ mafia have established, they are mansions. I mean, if you see the inside of some of these houses, the outside, they are mansions with gracious living in the urban metropolis of New York City. It is a mansion. They're mansions. And when they die, and the gentrification LGBT community collapses, I'm telling you, with just 1,000, only 400 more has to die, and the community is going to be in peril because they will not have the kind of cohesiveness to maintain themselves as a community of oppression of the poor and the Hamite people here that now live in Harlem. See, it's enough of them to keep their oppression intact. One of the things that Mahatma Gandhi was able to exploit that the other Hindus and Muslims did not exploit during the time of the English occupation of over 150 years. The English occupied India, 1 billion people, and the same thing in Hong Kong. Well, let's stay with India for just a moment and Mahatma Gandhi. The British had in its military and political forces, in terms of running the government in India, 150,000 people. And that was a lot, including their military, their machines, their powerful weapons, and their shipping, and their medicine, their food, and their money, and their power. But Mahatma Gandhi realized this: 150,000 compared to 1 billion ain't a drop in the bucket. And when he organized the 1 billion against the 150,000, they just caved, they surrendered. If 1,000 gentrifiers, LGBTQ gentrifiers, Japheth, and Hamites, gentrifiers, LGBTQ Hamites, die in Harlem, that's going to cause an erosion of their community. They're going to lose their ability to continue to oppress, like the 150,000 Englishmen, British, that oppressed the 1 billion Indians in India. That power began to corrode, and Mahatma Gandhi was able to figure out how to erode it effectively. And if 2,000 of the LGBTQ mafia gentrifiers die, it will further, and if 3,000, it will be devastation. That within itself will shut down the restaurants. And if 10,000 should die, and this coronavirus starts swinging both ways, and 10,000 of these gentrifiers, these LGBTQ mafia gentrifiers that are explicit in using the courts, the police officers, their economy, their money to oppress the poor Hamite and Japheth man here in Harlem. They use their power, their influence, lawyers, doctors, influencing with judges, influencing with politicians, buying out politicians, Columbia University influence. What's that influence? Wings that they have as oppressors, because that's who the hell they are. You just don't walk into a community and take it over. They have colonized Harlem. The LGBTQ mafia have colonized Harlem. Hell, you think you're in Nigeria or Kenya some damn where. They've colonized it. Hey, you think you were in, the French Revolution, France, World War II, Hitler, when it came in and took over France, and the French underground sought to fight them, but they colonized France. These gentrifiers, these LGBTQ bullies and mafia, they colonized Harlem. Tore down the churches, paid off the preachers, the politicians, and oppressing. You see more Hamite men on the street now. I've been in this community 40 years. I ain't never seen as many poor Hamite men on the oppressed. So what we got to do in order to be able to get ready for this destabilization of the LGBTQ gentrifier mafia is that we got to learn how to drain and train. I got to drain all that Negro stuff out of y'all, all that civil rights stuff out of y'all, all that voting stuff out of y'all. You've been voting around here, been running around here talking about vote, 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 and ain't got a damn thing. Voted yourself out of existence. You voted, and all they do is still kill you and oppress you. And you're running around here talking about voting. Now you're talking about Joe Biden got to have a black woman. Why? Hey, you done had a black president. That didn't work. What, you gonna get a black woman? That ain't gonna work either. Vote, 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 vote. I gotta drain that nonsense out of y'all and then train y'all. So it's called a drain and train. Drain that nonsense out y'all. And then train y'all how to be leaders, business owners, and developers. Get that nonsense, get that foolishness, get that civil rights, get that hand-me-down, get that food stamp, get that craziness out you and out your children. Y'all crazy. You're just crazy. You're just crazy. Look here. Y'all got the mayor of Atlanta, Georgia, black woman. The mayor of Chicago, Illinois, black woman. The mayor of Washington, D.C., black woman. The mayor of Dallas, black man. The mayor of Houston right now, black man. The mayor of San Francisco, California, black woman. The mayor of Baltimore, Maryland, black man. I mean, you got all these mayors, black, and you're poor, more homeless, and still running around here talking about, well, the coronavirus disproportionately affects the black. Hell, you got all these black politicians. How come they can't do something for you? And most of them are LGBTQ down low in the closet back door, if you must. Running around here, ain't done nothing for you. I mean, you can have a black president that ain't done nothing for you. I've never seen anything like it. So here's what we got to do. We got to get financially prepared. Hell, I saw the other day the mayor of Daytona Beach, Florida, was a black man. Looked like Uncle Remus to me. Black, got a whole lot of white beard. Like he's 40 years old, got a white beard. Like he looked like a junior T.D. Jakes. The mayor of Daytona, Florida. Then they got this woman, Val Demings, who's now candidating to be Joe Biden. She was the police chief of Orlando, Florida, running Disney World and taking bribes on the side. And y'all still ain't got nothing. And you gave up Harlem. You lost Harlem. You lost Fort Greene. Vote. I think we need to try something different. So this Joseph Zaphnath Pioneer investment is about draining and training. Get all that y'all some crazy Negroes. If I've ever seen crazy people, y'all some crazy voting Negroes, voting. Then you got this idiot Charlemagne the God. I mean, y'all say y'all to go from one, you go from Roland Martin to to Tom Joyner, to you're just rolling around on the radio and listening to all this nonsense and getting poor, and your sons are getting killed every day, and you're still out there talking about he's our man. What the hell? I've never seen things. Y'all some crazy Negro. Woo! Y'all some crazy. Well, the black man is suffering now more from coronavirus. It's disproportionately affecting the black man more than it is the white man. I swear. I mean, I'd be ashamed to say it. I mean, you go to ask the mayor of Atlanta. You talking Atlanta, Georgia, gone with the wind south. You're the mayor of Dallas, Texas. You get the mayor of Houston, San Francisco, and y'all still crying them vote blues, or civil rights blues, or disproportionate blues. I've never seen anything like y'all. Here you come. And your sure enough off-the-record president is Al Sharpton. I swear. By the way, Al Sharpton is on MSNBC along with Joy Reid. Those two are the two as poorest news people on television I've ever seen anywhere in the world. I know why Al Sharpton is on MSNBC. Obama wants him on there. But who wants Joy Reid? And then she keeps changing her hairstyle, I swear. One day she comes in looking like a Bengal tiger. The next day she comes in look like a bunny rabbit. What the hell? These two are the poorest read, can't speak, can't think, you know. And then Joy Reid's always trying to act like that other woman, Rachel Maddow. She could have her mannerism. What the hell you really like Rachel for? Y'all know Rachel Maddow? Black people. Right? Anyway, but I got to get out of here now. So go ahead now, and next time I get together with y'all, I'll tell y'all more about the ELECT program and about how to get yourself hooked up with the ministry. But we're going to have the Joseph Zafnath Pioneer Investment Fund, and you can get registered. Now, see if I can train a few of y'all. If I can train to 100 or so of y'all, then we can take the community, take the restaurants, the businesses, the houses. But you ain't gonna take nothing following Al Sharpton or the mayor of Atlanta, Obama. You going to the homeless shelter following them people. Can't you see? I swear, Negroes. And if Malcolm saw some of these preachers running around here talking about making love to another man, if Malcolm saw that, anyway, so we're going to put all this information up on the announcement board. You're going to see there's some major changes going on as we get ready to do the drain and train. And then we'll teach you how to become financially secure, unless the coronavirus gets you and it takes you to the grave. Otherwise, we're going to build a financial stability where we can now own the houses. And you won't be able to buy them for $1 anymore. You ain't going to be able to do that. But I can show you how to get the money to buy them. Right? And you got to stop letting these people tell you to hate me, that your crazy children raise their hand against me. You ought to take them to the edge of the city and do what the Bible says do to them, and then you and I try to get up. I'm the man that's telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you, you got to stop letting these mafia LGBT gentrifiers and pensioners, Negroes, I said Negroes, not trigger. I said niggers, not trigger, influence you to hate me. I'm James David Manning, everybody. I'm the Lord's servant. This is a bit of a news blog we do looking at spiritual wickedness in high places for the most part, making some observations about it and giving people a biblical foundation to the way of interpreting rather than have Sean Hannity or Laura Ingraham or Janine Pirro or Anderson Cooper or Rachel Maddow or Don Lemon, Rush Limbaugh interpret what's going on in the world. You come to me and I'll tell you based on what the Word of God says. They'll just give you their worldly, sinful view. But the Manning Report will tell you what God has said, whether to say yea or nay, whether to go or to stay. You'll be led by the word of Almighty God. Come to the Manning Report on a daily basis to interpret the spiritual wickedness in high places, because there's plenty of it that's going on. And so I am he. I'm the Lord's servant, James David Righteous Rebel Manning. And I'm here to serve you with news and information.